Try looking at the lens. Okay. All right, so we just finished this cabin build, and oh man, it's been a year in the works. When I bought this place, it was pretty much rotting into the ground. So I have had to completely rebuild this cabin. I was able to leave a lot of the interior, which was awesome. There's a lot of stuff that it needed help with. So being out here in the woods, there's a lot of moisture in the air. I'm in the redwoods specifically. So the way that the trees work is they catch the fog and they drip down on themselves, keeping the area around the soil moist most of the year, which is amazing and it's beautiful. But when you have a house here, you also have to think about what materials are gonna work best here. And then on the flip side of that, in the summer it gets very dry and you can get potential wildfires going through here. So I think what initially drew me to this property was its unique architecture. Built into the slope, it makes it stack and look very tall and kind of grand as you drive up to it, which is awesome. But the downside is that it's built into a slope, so you're gonna have some issues just based on that in general. One area in particular, the back corner, the previous homeowners had not done a lot of maintenance, so there was a lot of deferred maintenance, and there was like 12 inches of redwood duff, which is basically the redwood leaves. Like, redwoods do this on purpose. They drop their leaves, they protect the soil around them. It helps regulate moisture and helps regulate the temperature of the soil. So the redwoods are just doing their job, but the house does not appreciate it. So one of the first things that I did was pull back some of that redwood duff and make sure that the house could breathe and it wasn't sitting with moist leaves on the side. I knew at that point we were going to have some damage, of course, because we just had our redwood plywood siding that was attached. So opening up that wall, I got a better idea of like what we were dealing with in different areas of the house. So with that, I wanted to make sure that we picked a material that would really help withstand the elements in this area. The bigger thing I wanted to consider was being in the forest and the potential for wildfires. So doing that research, I came across a product called LP Flame Block Fire Rated Sheathing, and there's a few reasons I like this product. So one is that it's structural. Sheathing is basically what you attach to your 2x4s that help structurally hold the house, keep it square, keep it plumb, keep it strong, all of those things. And sometimes you can just use like a standard OSB or plywood or something like that. For this house, I definitely wanted to make sure that we took into account the proper wall assembly to protect the house from wildfires. So the nice thing, and I grabbed this from my scrap pile, so it's a little dirty, but you can see the cool elements of it. So it is I would say it's like an OSB on steroids. It's like a high quality material. It's made out of different wood fibers, and then you can see the little line of white here. So this is the pyrrhotite, and it's a protective layer that helps reduce flame spread and burn through. That gives more time for the firefighters to come and protect your home by slowing it down. But talking about sustainability, the product comes in a few different sizes, which is great because no house is the same, and you'll be able to pick the right dimensions so that you have less construction waste on your product, meaning you also will be paying for having less waste. But another element I'd like to point out is because this is made out of wood fibers, it's sustainable. You get to use pretty much the whole dang tree when using a product like this, because you're able to chip it up and use all of the material in the one board or multiple boards. Another thing that I really like is all of the lumber is from sustainably managed forests. They use southern pine and aspen, which are fast growing trees, and so they grow back quite fast. Here are a few things to consider when you are installing flame block. You want to make sure that you store in an area that is clean, dry, and off of the ground. So building supports, making sure that you get some airflow underneath, as well as just keeping it structurally straight is great. However, the product does carry an exposure 1 classification, which basically means you can store it on the site during construction and it can withstand the moisture that might have in the air while you're building the house, and it'll dry out and still have its structural integrity, which is great. So if you have a project you're working on and you're in the market for sheathing or other materials, I highly recommend checking out LP Building Solutions. This project in particular, I was highlighting LP Flame Block Fire Rated Sheathing. The peace of mind I have, the relaxation I now have coming to my cabin, knowing that it's protected and it will last a really long time, is just so relieving, because when I first got this place, it was really a different story altogether. So I feel very proud and very exciting to where the cabin is today. And if you have any questions about the product, the siding, the sheathing, or just about the cabin in general, let me know in the comments below. And thank you guys for watching, and make sure to check out the siding video that I'll be posting shortly as well. All right, ciao.